Hello and welcome. This is the playthrough of Megaman Zero. I'm Ferris Knight.
And I'm Striker48.
Yes. This, we need to give a shout out to the person that guessed right in the little contest I gave in the trailer video. Name is Crazy Sound X. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. I'm kind of an idiot. Anyway.
We all are.
So, here's your shout out, and your cookie should be arriving Thursday. Anyway, this is the, like I said, Megaman Zero. This is the third series, mechanically speaking, in the Megaman verse. First being Megaman for the Nintendo system, Nintendo Entertainment System, and the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Megaman X going from X to X5, I believe, mechanically. The rest being just made for money. But X5 being the end of the storyline. For the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation. And then the Zero series picks up 100 years or so after the end of the X series, mechanically.
I see. Well, I've never actually played a Mega Man game before, so this is my first experience of actually, well, viewing or playing one, so should be epic.
Pretty much. This is something I never understood. They could have just stood behind Zero because he got bounced back off him from this barrier thing. So I'm pretty sure bullets would too. But no, Milan dies because they're idiots. The blonde-haired girl is CL, and that little sprite thingy is called a cyber elf, and its name. That particular one's name is Passy. What cyber elves do is they boost they boost the abilities of a Reploid, or Reploid-like thing, just robots in general, I guess, in either vitality, ability, or they just mess with enemies.
So in other words, they're hacksaws.
That's actually a category of cyber elves. They're the ones that mess with the enemies.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I know
Go
nothing, I guess.
Go. I always figured that Zero was really badass here, just because, I mean, look at him. And he doesn't say anything.
He just brings out a piece of cardboard that says ...
I'm just changing the settings here because I don't really like them, how they start out. I really didn't like them. Anyway, there's going to be a certain degree of professionality here. I'm not going to be making stupid mistakes or anything like that. Don't worry. But, I mean, I'm not going to be doing perfectly. I've already done a completely S-rank playthrough of Mega Man Zero. I didn't like doing it. And it's just really, really annoying to try to do, especially for recordings, because you can't mess up on anything. I might go for, if I ever see a cyber elf, I will go for it, but don't expect me to go and like find every one of them. It's a little hard.
And you just blasting your way through the enemies.
Yes. And that, I think, makes up for me talking like the entire part. That long by Sprack. And that was a mandatory bridge falling scene.
Yes. Every game has one. Well, that I
3,
can think of.
2, 1, big fist.
Oh my god.
Yes. This is the first boss. It's normally a mini boss later on, especially in Zero 2. It's a golem.
And he's firing his lasers.
Yeah, let's see Golem from Pokemon do that. Wait. Pokemon. Anyway, the Golems, like I said, are normally mini bosses later on in the series. They tend to be more of a hindrance, just because of how much time they take up, which it's a little annoying if you're trying to either speedrun the game or do S ranks, because they're just, I just find them annoying.
Oh my god, is he levitating?
Yes, he is actually. I never understood if they have like little fan jet type things.
Anti-gravity for the win.
Yes. This is where we get our first weapon, second weapon technically, the Z-Saber.
I was going to correct you.
This golem has a distinct weakness to the Z-Saber. It's called death. Just hit him once with it and he dies, regardless of how much health he has left.
So could you just walk up to him and just slash him?
Well, you still have to hit his face. And if I hadn't pulled that stunt right there and just waited for a block to fall or something, I would have ended up getting an S rank, because I ended up hitting CL just a second ago, and that took off points.
And that boss exploded. He exploded.
Yes, Mega Man bosses have a habit of exploding. It's
From
rather...
the back.
From the back. Anyway, that's a trans server. There's like one... I don't know, actually. They're everywhere, really.
I liked how we just ditched it. We just... No ladies first whatsoever. We just said, stuff you, and just jumped in.
Oh, she's right there now. Anyway, this is just telling the the story. It's also interesting to note that they thought Zero was dead. Most people thought he was dead. So, yeah. Another note is that X is in fact the villain of this series, somewhat. Or at least he's the villain of this game. It's not really the series. And, no, I'm not going to help you.
And we should be nearing the end of the part, shouldn't we?
Yep, bye.
See yous.